Weston back to the front for our table topics.
Yes.
Okay, improvisation is the act or art of improvising, like I said in my opening thought, to speak or perform without preparation. One of the things I hear repeated a lot in Toastmasters or in our meetings is that there are many nonverbal techniques that you can use to enhance your message. This is done through body language like eye contact or gestures or the way you move around the room. Using verbal and nonverbal communication, can you pick up an imaginary object from the table right in front of me and without telling us what it is, talk about it? Talk.
Not correct? Did I follow the instructions?
Yeah, you can use.
You can speak.
You can speak.
Oh, but non-verbal, right?
Verbal and non-verbal.
All right, I did the non-verbal. Okay. This skin fits my head very well. It's been 3 days, it's still fresh. I think I'll go out and have another. Just what I tried to do there is take what's known and then take it in a different direction. It became a wig, and as soon as it became a wig, it became less fun. So then I realized I had to speak. So then it became evil, right? One that says evil. It became evil and put on a different persona. That's what I tried to do.
Any guesses to what that was? Okay. Improvisation applies in many different capacities, but is most closely associated with performance arts. Musicians often improvise the composition of their music, which is one of the main reasons why you follow them. Who is your favorite musician or musical group, and what makes them special to you? Doug.
Ooh.
I'm fond of a great many things. My appreciation for music is a little bit outside the normal. I like what's called new age music. It's very peaceful. A lot of people don't know outside of this world I'm a massage therapist. So if you have anything that's fast and racy, you're going to be doing sports massage, and if you're not on the same page, you can rough somebody up pretty badly. What I provide is that smooth flowing kind of relaxation because I work in a stressful place. It's funny, you talk about makeshift. My being here is makeshift. I was hired originally because I could speak machine shop. I was looking for work. One of my friends was a buyer here. Knew I had a background in mechanical fabrication. Said, hey, we need somebody to talk to these people in the shop. I can do that. So it was a makeshift way of getting in through the door. I'm very glad to be here. It's been a magnificent opportunity. Learning so much from everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you for that response. Improvisation in engineering is to solve a problem with the tools and materials immediately at hand. So this can mean adapting a device for some use other than what it's initially designed for, or building a device from unusual components in an ad hoc fashion. There's a television show from the 90s called MacGyver. MacGyver would use various materials available to him at the moment to save the world from devastating circumstances. Here's a situation we're in. Someone has locked us in this room, and we can't get out. Using what's available to us in this room, how would you MacGyver your way out of this? Mark.
Thanks, Weston.
How did I MacGyver my way out of this room and we're locked in?
Yes.
I've never actually seen the show MacGyver, which maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know, because it was from what, the
Dark Ages.
Yeah. I think the dinosaurs had just died off. So wasn't really around at the time, so I couldn't tell you. But I know the general premise, like you said, you'd use things, he'd find stuff and use them to get out of a sticky situation. So to get out of this room, I suppose we could try and pick the lock, but maybe with like a pen or a pencil, but I don't think that would really work. Maybe if we had a paper clip. I think really, I guess we could always try and climb through the rafters. That's not very MacGyver. So that's more, heist movie. I think our best bet would be probably the laziest MacGyver of all. Maybe just grab a chair or this table and just start going through the wall. That's not so much MacGyver, I feel like. It's not really crafty. But it would get us out of the room. We wouldn't be locked in it anymore. So I think that's what I would end up doing.
I probably would have engineered our phones together to explode the door wide open. One of the improv games that I looked up on the internet is to have someone begin or end a speech with a certain sentence or a phrase. This challenges the person to create or develop a theme that supports what the opening or closing statement would be. Can you please come up here and tell us a story and end your speech with, and that is one of the most embarrassing moments of my life? Sarah.
Many of you were here for a particularly embarrassing moment of my life, which did involve improv in a sense. I was standing here doing table topics, and I was asked to introduce myself with an old-timey English accent. And I proceeded to do one of these, and I said, "Oi, my name is Sarah." Oh man, and I sat back down in that chair, and I was like, what did I do? Once all the laughter was able to calm down, I went back to my desk, and I'm like, that was so embarrassing. How is oi English? And this was on film. I watched this over and over again. But then, as I laughed to myself in my cubicle and was repeatedly reminded of my oi by a certain member here, I was like, that really did make my day. I just laughed, and I was like, that was such a fun experience, and made me a little bit more confident the next time. I'll do better.
Just funny, because if you see my notes here, I had one for Aaron that would have got him back for asking her that question. Anyways, so I'd like to turn the meeting back over to our Toastmaster, Mr. T.